For Banned Books Week this year, I chose 1984 by George Orwell. It was banned and challenged in several different states in the U.S., one of which being Florida, where a school challenged and then banned the book for glorifying communism, which is kind of funny if you've ever read the book, especially considering it was banned and burned in Soviet Russia, and if you were caught reading it, you could be potentially sentenced to jail, banishment, or death. I think that it should not have been banned because it's important to have a counter-argument and have that alternative perspective. And another reason it was banned was that it's considered very anti-government, which has caused kind of a lot of problems in some certain states. But it is a very important book. One of the main points in the book that's important is the ministry, the party is the government, and they keep an eye on everyone continuously 24/7 to make sure that they're not doing anything that could be considered treasonous. There was no way of knowing whether you're being watched at any given moment. How often or on what system the thought police plugged in on any individual wire was guesswork. It was even conceivable that they watched everybody all the time, but at any rate they could plug in your wire whenever they wanted to. You had to live, did live, from habit that became instinct, in the assumption that every sound you made was overheard, and, except in darkness, every movement scrutinized. If there was hope, it must lie in the proles, because only there, in those swarming, disregarded masses, 85% of the population of Oceania, could the force to destroy the party ever be generated. The party could not be overthrown from within. Its enemies, if it had enemies, had no way of coming together or of even identifying one another. Even if the legendary brotherhood existed, just as it possibly might, it was inconceivable that its members could ever assemble into larger numbers than 2s or 3s. Rebellion meant a look in the eyes, an inflection of the voice, at the most an occasional whispered word. But the proles, if only they could somehow become conscious of their own strength, would have no need to conspire. They needed only to rise up and shake themselves like a horse shaking off flies. If they chose, they could blow the party to pieces tomorrow morning. Surely, sooner or later, it must occur to them to do it.